So while some of you may know, you may have seen my unboxing video for this device. If not, and you wish to do so, please click on the link in the video description. I have recently received a GPD Win device from the guys over at gearbest.com. Honestly, I'm really thankful to GearBest for supplying me this item. And if you do wish to purchase one, anytime, please use the referral link in the description. It can help me get some other stuff from them for referral items, and it will help me out and get some other fantastic opportunities like this. And if you have any comments, feedback, or want to show support, please do so by subscribing, commenting, liking, or even disliking this video, as the interaction does help me to know what you think. So on with the review. The GPD Win was a device that was founded and created on Indiegogo.com, and a backer target set which was exceeded as they raised 535% of their target. The idea itself was simple: create a handheld device capable of supporting a full operating system and being usable for emulation and low spec games, with an inbuilt gamepad to reduce extra items to be able to be carried and for portability. I've wanted to try one of these devices for a very long time, and so when GearBest offered me this opportunity, I jumped at it. Firstly, I'll be discussing the physical side of the device, i.e. the buttons, the placement and the design of the device. In the later of the video, I will be doing some gameplay, showing some games ran on the device so you can see how well it performs. If you're only interested in seeing the performance of the device, please go to the time stated on screen now to start watching. So here you can see some pictures of the device. This shows its general layout of the GPD Win and how it functions. So firstly on this image, you can see there is a switch in the centre of the device. I see there is a lot of confusion as to what this switch is for. The purpose of this switch allows for switching the joysticks between D input, mouse mode and X input respectively. For those of you that do not know what that means, D input is an abbreviation of direct input, which is an older input used by older games before X input became the norm. So it's not that commonly used nowadays. Whereas mouse mode basically turns the left joystick into a movable mouse, with the L2 key on the back into left click and the R2 key on the back into a right click. And finally, X input, the abbreviation for Xbox input, is the more commonly used input for controllers, gamepads and joysticks nowadays. I have personally found I'm yet to use D input, but have used X input in every single scenario of gaming with this device to this date. The GPD Win also has all of the same inputs as an Xbox controller. However, one thing to note regarding the controller is the L3 and the R3 keys shown on the keyboard. This is because these joysticks do not have the capability to be clicked in. Therefore, the buttons are actually on the keyboard as keys. The power button is also held on the front of the screen, which in my opinion is a good thing, as this reduces the chance of accidentally pressing it during gameplay. The keyboard holds all the function of a numpadless keyboard, with FN functions for the keys that could not be fit onto the device due to its size. To the rear of the device are some holes where you can see the fan is based, and a switch on the back that controls the fan's speed. This has 3 speeds: slow, which is pretty quiet to be honest with you, medium, which is pretty okay, and high, which can be quite loud when playing. The fan placement itself can be problematic, as it is often covered by the palm of my hand when it's in use. However, I found my normal use of the device does not overheat it or cause thermal throttling, so I did not find the heat to be all that much of an issue. The screen itself is touch capable, so can be very popular with those looking to emulate DS, 3DS games or other games that may utilise this touchscreen. The joysticks felt smooth and the ABXY buttons press in nicely. However, the shoulder buttons felt loose and I was worried they would fall off easily. But after looking online and seeing that this is the normal feeling for these buttons, and approximately after 60 hours worth of gaming on the device, I feel a lot more confident now that they won't fall off. For the rear of the device, there is a USB Type-C port for charging, a USB 3.0 port which can be used for various peripherals, and in many scenarios people use this for additional storage, a micro SD card slot, and a mini HDMI port for connection to other displays as shown. And now on with the second part of the review, regarding the performance. The CPU is an Intel Atom X7 Z8750 quad-core processor, which uses Intel HD 405 graphics, which is not necessarily the most powerful CPU going, but it certainly is very good for such a small device. The GPD Win also boasts a 4GB worth of DDR3 memory, which is more than enough, especially for using emulation. It has 64 gigabytes of eMMC storage space, which we'll go on to in a moment. 6900 mAh Li-ion battery. The screen is a 5.5 inch IPS screen with a 720p resolution, which makes this screen 267 ppi. It has inbuilt Wi-Fi and Bluetooth for the connectivity. Given those components, this makes this a very capable device given its size and weight. One important factor, however, is the storage space of the device. While fast, the GPD Win only holds 64 gigabytes of storage, and a fair chunk of that is used up by the operating system. This means that while there is a lot of space to store emulated games due to their small file sizes, there is not a lot of space to store the standard AAA titles. At best, you can only hold 1 or 2. Looking at the rest of the specs, there could be a lot of maybe it'll play this, I wonder if it'll play this. There are many, and I really mean many, YouTube videos of people showing off various games on the device to see what will play. I still recorded a couple of my own, just to show off the device a bit, see what it can do, and given the right specifications and not too high end of a game, how well it performs. My final conclusions on this device are very positive. While I don't think the GPD Win is well suited for people wanting to play modern AAA titles on the go, it's certainly a device worth picking up to replay some old games from the 360 PS3 era, and especially worth it if you're looking to emulate even older titles. It seems that it may be capable of emulating everything up until the GameCube era, but for emulation of more recent devices such as the Wii, they require a lot more configuration to become playable-ish. If you enjoy emulating PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Game Boy devices, NES, SNES, N64, etc., and would love to play them on the go, then this is the one for you. Or even if you're an avid fan of indie titles such as Hotline Miami, Prison Architect, Spelunky and many others, I would highly recommend this. The current price for the GPD Win is £274.15, which is a fantastic deal, especially when you compare with Amazon retailers which are priced at currently over £500, which is ridiculous amounts of money by comparison. Though, you may need to be aware there could be import fees for delivery of the item, depending on where you live. These fees are not implemented by GearBest themselves, but by the laws of the country which you live in. The fees of my GPD Win came in at £18, but yours may differ, and you may not even have any to pay at all. If you like this video, please hit that like button, leave a comment, and maybe even consider subscribing. I would love to make more videos like this in the future, and your support could very well help me with getting more products to review and give away. Catch you in the next video.